did it. We got out.
Oh.
Sam was a share that.
Oh. You see how emotional I've been here. This video, it's. My friends, you may be wondering why I'm wearing a suit today. And it's because I've just launched my gaming channel. So I will be moving my gaming stuff to that channel. So please take a look and please subscribe to that. Link below. Today we are watching more tornadoes, and boy have we learned a lot this past week basically. We've learned that they can tear down towns in just matter of seconds. We've learned the severity scale is in EF, and we've learned that EF5 is the worst thing. And we've also learned that the Midwest, and you know, it's very common in the Midwest and so on. And today we're watching about the tornado that hit Oklahoma. Today we're watching and experiencing the tornado that hit Moore in Oklahoma, and we're watching and experience it together. I just want to say before we started this video that of course my thoughts are with everyone who is affected by this till this day. But with that being said, let's get to the video, and please continue to enlighten me in the comments. I've gotten so many video suggestions now. I will try to get to each and every single one of them. So let's go. Tornado Alley, real-time tornado, Moore, Oklahoma, original video in below.
Jenna, go get in the cellar. Go get in the cellar. It's an F5. I know it's huge. Okay, all right, bye.
Oh.
I don't think she actually knew the magnitude of it.
This thing is sucking in everything. Oh my God.
This is live in action. This is live in action. Look at all the road signs and everything is being sucked up. And this guy seems to be an expert, or maybe he is not, but he knows that this is a strong one.
I hope it don't go towards our house, man. I don't know what to say. You feel so powerless. It's going through my town, man. And it's gonna hurt some people. It's gonna hurt some people bad.
I was praying that it wasn't going to go north. If it went north just a half a mile, it could have hit my home. I knew this was a killer tornado, and I knew someone was going to die.
Oof. All right, I forgot how heavy this is.
This is now going to be, it looks like, crossing I-44. More than likely, it's going to stay going.
Here we go. Sam Pena leaves work and drives towards his son Benji's school, Briarwood Elementary. All right, so
East here, so this is going to cross over the Canadian.
Might that be the guy we just watched?
After we closed up the shop,
Gonna turn over the volume a little bit.
I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go pick Benji up. I just started heading to Moore. Kind of went to the back roads because the highways were backed up.
Right now it looks normal in the sky.
Stopping, and I was thinking to myself that, why are you stopping?
Oh, that's just
And that was when I
insane.
saw the tornado come down the first time. And my wife was texting me back, are you on your way to pick up Benji? I said, yes. I said, stay where you are. I'm going to pick him up.
Oh, it eats up the sky like we've watched before.
Oh my God, I can see debris. Oh my God.
Deanna Schofield. So we're a few different POVs like last time.
Coming into Moore. Immediately, I started thinking about my children because my children are in school that day. But I can see that it just crossed over I-44. That's about 10 minutes away from me. And so I needed to go ahead and get into my shelter.
That's one thing. I'm sorry if I'm pausing it a lot, like always, but the sheltering is also one thing that we've learned this far. It's very common that you have some sort of shelter or reinforced walls in modern houses or a basement, etc., which is good. And they know that the instinct is to head to the shelter and take protection.
Pipes kind of stick up out of the shelter, and when the wind started picking up, it had taken the wind cap that keeps out dirt and moisture completely off, and that was when I was able to see outside. Okay, I'm pretty sure that this is the tornado that's about to pass through. I can hear it coming. I'm so scared right now. My shelter is old. It's real creepy. It's dark, and I was frightened to death, and it was pretty traumatic. I'm lost right now. I'm so worried for my boys.
You're powerless
the world was
again.
gonna end, honestly.
That's the worst thing about it for
The
me.
shelter could fail, and I didn't know. My worst fear was ultimately dying.
269 headquarters. It's going to be approaching 4th Street in Oklahoma City, a little bit west of Santa Fe.
Ooh, okay, look at this. So I'm guessing it's not right in the town just yet, but we're seeing it's getting closer. It's getting closer and closer and closer. And this one looks like a big one. It's hard to tell, right? Because the Joplin one, everything in the sky just went black. To me, here it's more centralized almost.
Officers started kind of spanning out around the city, trying to stay out of its way and trying to let each other know where it's at.
272, we got some rotation above our heads to the right.
The problem with this storm is it was so large that it was kind of confusing at times. It was 2 miles long, so, officers thought that it was at one place when it was actually covering, a good 2 miles of our city.
Someone also told me a bit about that.
Oklahoma City Metro, it is in Central Moore. Go John Welsh.
Whoa, here you can't see anything.
So big, it's completely lost its texture, and this thing is just grinding right through Moore.
As soon as the tornado crosses I-44, which is a major thoroughfare through the city, that's where the heavily populated areas start, the neighborhoods. And when it hit that, it started picking up all the debris, and it almost lost shape because it got so big.
And this thing is just tracking, like you said, continuing to go towards the Moore Warren Theater area.
Our main purpose is to give people that forewarned shot of exactly where the storm is, what preparation they need to take, and if they're in the clear or if they're not. We kind of take off the TV shirt, we kind of put on the life-saving shirt.
Yeah.
So this is definitely something that you need to be aware of, and get in your tornado shelter area right now.
Oof, okay, it's approaching.
And more. This is going to be moving in your direction. You need to be below ground immediately. Now is the time to go into your tornado shelter. We are not
because of chances.
Is this when they ring the tornado siren when it's a public announcement time?
That was coming in. We started to see this
Cheap
tornado going into a more
meteorologist.
densely populated section of Moore.
Chance Cold Iron, go ahead and go.
Okay, Damon, tornado is on 149, just crossed in. It's a large Stoke 5 tornado. It's in the EF4 category or higher.
I was playing two roles that day, chief meteorologist and husband.
This is the tornado now. This is going to be right over, just crossed over the train tracks.
I'm looking at the path of this tornado, and it is headed right into the middle of my neighborhood.
I'm very familiar with Moore. It is my home. It is what I've called home for the last 4 years.
I was texting my wife saying, get into the tornado shelter. But the seconds felt like hours as I was waiting to hear back from my wife.
Damon, there's a biggest neighborhood edition of nice homes here. It's getting ready to take a direct hit.
I also knew at the same time I had a job and that I couldn't let my guard down.
And again, just for anyone that is curious, I live right here. So you can certainly imagine the emotions that I'm running through right now, but a life-threatening situation, you need to be below ground immediately.
It's a first commercial break. It's a clear message from the meteorologist. He's the expert, right? We haven't seen any storm chasers. Maybe it is because this one seems to be moving super fast, and it seems to be quite big as well. And like they said, the debris is caught up and it just expanded in shape. Super scary. I hope. It seems like compared to Joplin, they talk more about shelters in this video at least. Maybe Joplin wasn't as prepared as Moore is. We'll see.
Stay tuned for your local on the 8s, brought to you by Therapy.
Sunny out here, but it is cold.
That's a wrap, guys. Now in Captain Sensation.
Oh, it's a commercial. There we go.
Instantly feel. People count on the Weather Channel.
As it was moving through my neighborhood, we were still sampling winds in the 200-mile-per-hour range. I had a lot of emotions running through.
Damon, that tornado moved just to the south of 4th Street. I lost my house, I'm pretty sure. Maybe yours is gone. It's going as I'm chasing, I'm reporting, going through my head. Where's my sister at? Where's my other sister at? Where's my wife at? Who do I know in the path of this tornado? That's my town. All these people are losing their houses. I'm part of that. That's kind of why I reported it on the air like that to Damon.
Those are things that you're never prepared to hear, but
This
if we're
thing.
going to lose our house, so be it. Knowing that my family was going to be okay in the shelter, that was what allowed me to get through that afternoon.
Wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Yeah. I'm trying not to pause it as much right now.
This is unreal. Power lines everywhere.
That was the guy from the
It's
beginning.
dangerous, very dangerous for me.
Ooh. Oh.
I'm telling you, it's a deadly. I mean, it's incredible.
It was hard to believe how
He's right in the thick of
lonely
it.
felt being behind that thing. So it was kind of nice to be able to talk to Jenna on the other end of it.
It's taking a line straight east along 134th.
This huge tornado's coming through our town, and I'm sitting in a cellar with people I don't really know that much. So the time I did spend on the phone with my dad was very special.
This thing is sucking in everything. Oh my God! I hope it don't go towards our house.
I could hear the
Look
wind
at everything.
behind him on the phone.
It seems like this is the area it's just passed through. Everything ruined.
I hope it don't go towards our house.
Everything
I could hear the
ruined.
wind behind him on the phone. I could hear how crazy everything was, and I was really scared.
I gotta
Of course.
stop.
Oh.
The trees are down. I can't get through.
Oh, he's blocked.
Jenna, I can't tell you. I can't stress to you enough. Stay in the cellar, all right?
Yes.
It was amazing that I was keeping communication with her with an F5 tornado between me and her.
Hey, are you okay?
But, you know, even though she's in a storm cellar, I thought the thing was going to go right over the top of her. I really did. I was really, really starting to think that I didn't have a home to go to.
I'm trying to get back. Okay, so be ready. Be ready.
I cried, especially when he told me, you know, get ready, it's coming, it's gonna hit our house.
Ooh, that's horrible. That's terrible. That's horrible. Get
Very-
ready.
I'm thinking, dang, I'm about to lose everything.
It's coming right towards our neighborhood, Jen.
And there's nothing we can do about it. Nothing. We're helpless.
The tornado's gotten very well defined now. It has really intensified. You need to be taking your sheltering activities. It will probably be there within minutes, so a dangerous situation.
No, we still got time, Joe. We still got time.
I think this.
Hold, stay with it.
I don't remember who this.
Wow. Roar. Huge debris. Huge debris.
Do you hear it?
Actual roar of the tornado. It was just a beast.
Right, the roar. Do you hear
was
it?
massive, with huge pieces of debris being lofted hundreds of feet in the air, pieces of homes, cars, just all thrown in the air. We could tell at this point that this tornado
We can see that it's
was a
spinning.
monster.
Ooh, these guys are crazy. Yeah. What's going on with them?
People going to die.
No.
We did see people who got out of their cars who were looking right at the tornado as it was coming toward them. I hope those people made it out okay.
One person said in the comments that if a tornado, if you don't see it going left or right, like we saw in this case, it's coming right towards you. And that is scary. I would have gotten in my car so quick.
People are about to get. We got a straight road east. Just takes us all the way east, so we're good.
Once we saw it get closer toward us, we didn't want to mess with this thing.
No, no, no. Look
Your
at
natural
that.
instinct is to just get out of there. It was just something out of the movies, completely unimaginable.
Oh my
And
God.
At that point, you really couldn't believe what was happening to the town of Moore.
Now we're at the elementary school. Yeah, the father was finding him.
I ran from my van into the office. I was asking where's Benji at. She said they're back in the restroom.
I really do miss my mom.
everybody. By the time I got into the bathroom, the power was out, and I just remember having to tell him that we can't leave. I have to stay here because it's right behind us.
Ooh, what a hero.
I'm with you.
He wanted to talk to his mom, so I was taking these video clips at night and was sending them to her. I told him, and the boys, if I go, you stay holding on. If you don't hear me, don't start crying, you know, just hold on. Just listen to my voice. And
it's just traumatic for people, right? You don't joke about this. I wonder, why are they standing in the bathroom? Why are they not in the shelter or basement?
Just hold on.
Yeah.
Enter the
I would have spoken here, but if you skipped, I just spoke a bit, a few seconds behind.
Older.
Places where screening wouldn't be easy.
It was dark.
In a different battlefield, Robin tries to protect.
A lot of the girls were crying and borderline hysterical.
Of course. Of course. Ooh, they're in it right now. They're in it. You hear.
I thought, I have no control here. I'm about to die. There are kids here that.
Why are they in the bathroom? Why are they not in the shelter?
We needed to hang on. I was holding on.
Oh my God!
At that moment.
It's like the same in the gas station. You hear in Joplin, you hear the roar of it. Everything. That's the scariest sound I've heard in my life.
I let out that scream, and then I realized they need me to assure them that we're fine.
It's almost like she's calming herself at the same time.
I had told the boys, grab onto me somewhere. You can't reach onto me. I said, grab one and hold on to the bottom of this toilet. I said, don't let go. I held my arms like a football stance over that toilet. And I knew that I had to keep these kids safe. One of the boys said, can you feel the breeze? I said, guys, keep your heads down. That's not the breeze. That's the roof. It's about to go.
Ooh, not like the gas station.
Instantaneously, that roof was just gone. A cinder block wall had fallen onto my back, pinning my leg. This debris just started building up. I literally thought I was gonna be crushed. I was scared. I was really scared. I wasn't gonna come out at all.
There's damage to the roof. It's okay. We're in a brick building. It's okay.
After the tornado had gone over the top of us, I could see the kids were safe. So I opened the door, and I could not believe what I was seeing. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm getting emotional as well because the screams, the terror, it's unimaginable. Yeah, okay, I remember this one as well.
I'm gonna say sick to my stomach. Oh my God. I don't have my boys with me. I am all alone down here in my shelter. It's so scary, guys.
Is she all alone?
All I can hope is that it's not that bad.
There it is. You can kind of see it on the ground, just the texture of it. We followed the tornado from start to finish, and the total duration was probably, rough estimate, 20 miles on the ground.
20 miles. What's that in kilometers?
I'm going to do another turn here. I'm getting kind of far away.
Oh, like here we go. Oh,
and there it is. It's gone.
It's gone.
After the tornado lifted,
it's just. Okay, so that's how it just narrows down and then poof, it's gone.
Do another turn
like it never was here.
But it looks like it's roping out a little bit, and there it is. It's gone, Mike.
After the tornado lifted and it hit you, your home, your town has been completely destroyed by an act of nature.
Here we go. And this is what the Americans do best.
Our response
Salute the
time
police
to get
officers
to the area
there.
that was hit was within minutes. But to start the search and rescue and control the scene was very difficult to do because we had to cross the path that the tornado come through.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It takes you a second to just kind of grasp what has happened, but immediately you hear people screaming for help. And there were a lot of people stuck in shelters or stuck under debris.
It's safe. You're safe. It's east of you now. You can come out. They carved the path right through more.
I'm heading to the east.
Oh, yeah, that was him.
All I was thinking about is I've got to get home. I got to get to my neighborhood. I've got to see Jenna.
When my dad said I was safe and I could come out of the cellar, I really didn't know what I was in for, coming out and seeing everything.
Thank God she made it.
I'm crossing the path right now.
I'm starting to see a lot of damage. I'm starting to see debris all over the roads. It's really starting to become real.
Oh my God.
Huge amounts of damage. I just drove by a concrete slab and I didn't even realize that the concrete slab was a 7-Eleven. I heard later on that a husband, wife, and an infant baby that died in that store, and you know that was it was devastating.
Oh, they didn't get as lucky as the gas station people from last video. It's horrifying. My thoughts are with 341. So this is one of the most insane things about this is that this takes place in minutes. It's not only been an hour and disaster just happened. Look at this.
God almighty.
Flattened, destroyed again, just like Joplin.
We kind of looped back around to the west. We knew that we were going to be some of the first people to arrive. Jeez, this is the worst I've ever seen. Good. Look at that car, Mike.
Oh, it's the same. It's I'm speechless again. What can I say? It's devastation. I can't express.
This was incredible damage.
This shows you that if you don't have a shelter, you need to have one because it tears down houses like nothing.
Just absolute destruction of whole neighborhoods. This is unbelievably sad.
Oh my gosh. Let's just stop.
Did you hear the crying?
What was once a nice neighborhood of homes, nice homes with families living in them, was reduced to just piles and piles of just unrecognizable rubble. People were kind of in disbelief, kind of in shock. Just because I don't think it really hit them yet what had just happened.
Right, your adrenaline pump.
People were
it's
just
not even been an
climbing out of
hour.
their storm shelters.
Oh, that's
A mom
how
and
it
a daughter
looks. It's
were
literally
climbing out,
underground.
and there were just tears pouring down that mom's face. She was heartbroken because as the tornado was coming through, someone was pounding on her shelter to get in, and she didn't have the strength to open the door. And to this day, we have no idea what happened to that family trying to get in their shelter.
Have you heard any reports of what may be going on at Briarwood?
I'm hearing from some homeowners here. They say
That's the most horrifying thing I've heard. You're so powerless that you can't even help your next door neighbor.
school has been hit worse than this, but we don't know as far as casualties in that school.
When the first responders were there, we focused the majority of our efforts on the 2 elementary schools that were hit, Plaza Towers as well as Briarwood. We focused more initially on Briarwood just because of the damage that was done.
And as we got closer into a neighborhood there next to the Briarwood Elementary, we were seeing the parents who were going back to see if their kids were okay.
Anybody look for their kids? Yes. No good. Kids? First graders? Yep. Officer right there will tell you.
Just seeing someone know that their child could have been killed is something
stressful.
that you never want to see.
Ooh. Ooh, okay, commercial break. This is what the Americans do best, right? Is help each other out. And my heart broke when I heard about that woman who couldn't. She wanted to open the door. She wanted to open the door up. What do you call it? The shelter door. But she couldn't. She couldn't help them. And she heard a banging, silence. And I'm guessing that will haunt her for the rest of her life.
Why we're at
It does.
I got it. Yeah, it's just a little wet.
We went out to the end of the parking lot.
The screams.
There were people running up and yelling their kid's name. And I can't imagine how you would see the destruction that occurred and believe that there were survivors. Amazingly enough, we were very, very fortunate, and no one died in our building.
Me and Benji got out.
Oh.
And a bunch of his classmates. So we're good. We're looking for help right now. Trying to go to the front.
Thank God.
Where the 7-Eleven's at. Me and Benji.
Benji and I walked 40 city blocks. We were soaking wet. And there was a boy, I say boy, he was an older student, probably teenager. This teenager gave him his Westmore hoodie. And that meant so much to me. There was a guy behind me, and he was kind of like, do you need help? And I said, no, I'll be fine. And he's like, I can't let you walk. I cannot sit here knowing that you're injured walking. And I'll take you. And I've always wanted to say thank you to that guy, and I always want to say thank you to that young man that gave Benji his Westmore hood.
This is beautiful. This is what I've been saying in my videos, that the helpfulness towards your next person is amazing. The guy who had the hoodies saw the kid and gave it to him. He needed it more. The guy who needed to offer them a lift because he couldn't see them walking home injured.
They really helped me that day. I want to thank them for helping me that day.
Everyone was needing help. People on one side of the city didn't realize that the other side was just as bad. And the hardest thing for me, and I know some of the other officers, is just seeing the hurt on people, knowing how much they've lost. Literally a quarter of our city was gone. So knowing what all the people were going to have to go through to get their lives somewhat back to normal was probably the most difficult part.
I came back from Iraq.
Ooh.
A couple
I'm
years
sorry, I'm trying to speak, but I can't. It's too emotional.
And the devastation, the debris, it took me back to Baghdad after a car bombing. We have shrapnel, vests through legs, people not moving, casualties, bad casualties.
It just assaulted the senses. You smell gas and fire and just that earth scent as it's churned up.
I wonder what it smells like,
to see
right?
it so fresh, so raw, so immediate. And probably the most heartbreaking part was the sounds that still ring in my head to this day. People screaming for help from under debris.
Ooh.
They are trying to remove the heavier debris so they can get to...
Look at this. It's gone. Gone again. Just like Joplin. The people screaming for help. Like I said, it's my worst nightmare.
And then the silence when the emergency personnel can't get to them in time.
Oh.
We have kind of the basic stuff, the first aid kit, some gloves, which proved to be very handy that day, and just some heavy-duty boots.
Good.
People were running around looking for their loved ones, asking if they've seen their pets.
Pets? Oh.
We'll look for it if we see it. We're looking for it. It was sad to see animals affected by it because they had nowhere to go.
Is that the one?
They had nowhere to take shelter. You could see injured horses roaming free in the pasture. And some of those horses had to be put down just because they were so badly injured. Periodically, you could hear gunshots in the distance, which was very heartbreaking.
No, that's...
Oh, I'm lost for words at this stage. Thing about the animals as well, it's something you don't really think about as well, but I mean, almost every family has like a family dog or a cat or something, and we probably lose a lot of them as well. And like they said, having to put down the horses, it's super sad. There's a few things that stuck with me. A new thing is also the police officer. I don't know if he was a police officer. Maybe he was. Rescue units of some sort. He talked about hearing the people scream, and then when it goes silent. Horrible, horrible. Hope he doesn't blame himself, or the rescue people don't.
This right here, that's the Plaza Towers Elementary School.
Oh, that's another.
Yep, we're just north of 19th.
Oh yeah, there were two
Street,
elementary
south of
schools.
4th
Okay.
Street.
I have been told that
This one is
no
ruined.
longer a search and rescue operation. It's now a recovery mission. It is my understanding that there are up to 24 children trapped at the bottom of that school right now.
Oh.
Patients that I see that complain about an array of...
This is scary. That's the scary thing about it, that it all falls on them. Why didn't they have time to like make it to a shelter of some sort? Or
there were 7 children who didn't make it out alive.
Oh.
And I understand they're going to start pulling these tiny victims out of the rubble here shortly. But there's one image that stands out in my mind. I saw the search and rescue personnel, and they're heaving tiny desks and chairs up in the air. And then you know beneath all of that, there are children who unfortunately didn't make it out alive.
That's the end of where the first grade classrooms were.
After the tornado, there were these levels of accepting how serious the situation was. I felt like I needed to process everything. And so I went back.
There's a car in the middle
How
of
did
Mrs. Goodman's classroom.
I saw
This is
X's
scary.
spray painted. I knew that meant that the first responders had gone through everything, checking to see there had been loss of life. We were just so fortunate.
That was the girls' bathroom, and there is the boys' bathroom. This is where we were first lined up when I was texting parents and friends, and the lights had gone out, and then we went into the bathroom.
She's very calm going through this. It must be a stressful situation to go back to just the following day.
Bathrooms. That's my door right there.
As teachers, your classroom is like your second home, not only for
I can
yourself,
imagine.
but for your students.
Oof. Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's hard to see your classroom home just destroyed. A place that used to be full of kids' laughter and learning and activity and all that kind of fun stuff, just ripped apart. But I was so fortunate. Did not lose my home like so many, my children's lives, and my own life. It's a reminder that our time is short. Appreciate your loved ones, appreciate the time that you have.
True.
One foot was wedged here. Noah was
Oh
behind
yeah,
me.
let's see here. He got trapped there, he said.
He was grabbing my leg. He had his foot against the door. I was back here.
I was between the toilet and the wall, hanging on the toilets to make sure that I don't go up with the tornado.
But I remember the walls felt like they were gonna come. They're pressing and pressing. Just remember pushing the wall. Push just like this. And I guess it was enough force to keep this off, and I pushed this.
Because his legs was holding up these walls, and then his hands was like pulling up this wall, like kind of like standing up in the air, just making sure that those walls.
Sorry, I don't understand
because
him.
his legs was holding up these.
And I guess it was enough force to keep this off, and I pushed this.
Because his legs was holding up these walls, and then his hands was like pulling up this wall, like kind of like standing up in the air, just making sure that those walls didn't crash down on us.
So,
Yeah. It was hovering over almost all of us. Yeah, like an umbrella. And it felt really scary.
I pushed everything because it was all over. I just pushed everything and just started throwing stuff out, and you could see.
Those walls almost crushed us, but my dad, he saved our lives. He grabbed those walls and threw them.
First boy out, second boy out, Benji, another boy out.
If it wasn't for my dad, we'd probably not be here right now. We'd probably be on the rubble.
These are what saved our heads. Dictionaries right there. That's what did it. We got out.
Sam was take care of that day, because if he wasn't there and that wall still kept on falling, it probably would have crushed all of us. He was a big hero.
I'm not the hero. Those guys are the heroes. Those kids are the heroes. I just help.
oh. You see how emotional I've been here. This video, it's it's very sad, but it's very beautiful to hear these stories of people saving their lives. And he was so proud of his dad for saving their lives, and I don't know, it's a bit lost for words right now. And of course I see this, that 24 lives were unfortunately lost, and like I said, my thoughts are with them. Let's finish the video.
Anytime you have fatalities in your city, you feel somewhat responsible for that. You know, you don't want anyone to die in your city, especially kids. But just seeing that it had gone through several schools, just looking at the center of it, I didn't know how anyone could survive.
My kids were okay. Going through something like that really teaches you to be grateful for what you have. Because I just saw
I feel grateful
my
right
neighbors
now.
lose everything.
Oklahomans are very tough and resilient. You care about your neighbor. It's you last and everybody else first. And that's the kind of love that you feel here in Oklahoma.
When we first came into the damage path, there was an American flag hanging from a tree. I don't think somebody put it up there because we were there that soon and it was hanging there. That image right there kind of.
I've been telling you, and if this is your first video watching of me, American camaraderie, second to none.
Stuck out of my
I'm
head,
serious.
like, why is that flag hanging from the tree just like that? When so many houses were gone, We actually had minor damage at my house, but 100 yards away, there's nothing left.
We didn't lose our house, but I knew that there was still a lot of tragedy. Okay, I know my family is okay, but I know that there are many, many families out there that are not.
Oh, it ended up being 3/4 of a mile south of my house, but at the same time, it just devastated so many people. And that's why you got to live life one day at a time and protect our loved ones and our fellow man.
Oklahomans are very strong people. You just gotta help one another, you know? And that's exactly what we did. We helped each other.
Wow.
When
It's
Mother
beautiful.
Nature is at her worst, human nature is at its very best. You look at more today, and this community is rebuilding, bigger and better and stronger. And it's because of the resilience of Oklahomans. It's the Oklahoma standard that we have grown accustomed to here. And to see that, that is the good that's come out of May 20th.
Wow. Wow. What can I say? I think it will be easier for me to end this video in the comments, I think, with you guys. Please let me know, write some comments and let's talk about it. It's good to talk about it as well. Yeah, speechless right now. It's beautiful to see. I haven't heard a lot about Oklahoma, but I saw the resilience of the people today, and that amazes me. And that's one key takeaway. As always, take care, guys, and see you soon.